least. That's an interesting version of Beethoven there. 8 o'clock. Welcome to WDRB Mornings. Happy Halloween! We're having a lot of fun today, getting you ready for the spooky night. Mike Marshall has just changed into a different human, and I cannot wait for you to see it. Jude Redfield has been any number of people today.
It's been really fun to see.
I'm trying to use the phone.
I'm listening to Reason.
I'm listening to Reason.
This is fabulous. Oh, that
Peewee.
little tribute to Paul Rubens there.
Oh yeah, and another little tribute that in memoriam to Large Marge. You know, that was the one scare that I had. Large Marge really got me. So I hope I don't run into Large Marge today, because that would be something. Louisville, 30 degrees right now. We have cleared out the sky in the overnight, and kerplunk. The temperature dropped as we expected. E-Town at 26. There's a lot of frost all over the place, scraping windshields, and it's more like January. If you look at this setup today, from the current temperatures, it's pretty much exactly what the average low is in January. And the high temperature that we're expecting today is pretty much the average high temperature that we have in January. That's how unseasonably cold it is with the clipper that will dart in once we get into that 5 to 8 o'clock window. And it still appears there might be a couple flurries or snow showers showing up. 1 o'clock temperatures in the low 40s. If you have to have a last minute run to go grab some candy, the weather's great. It will get windier to round out this day. 4 o'clock will be in the mid 40s. Look at Fern Creek at 46, and there it is. A little bit of pink and green, the chance for some sprinkles, rain showers, ice pellets, snow showers, a little bit of everything out there. How about that? Large Marge, born December 5th, 1937, died January 11th, 1974. Large Marge in the house.
Yes, it was on this very night, 10 years ago, along this very same stretch of road in a dense fog, just like this. I saw the worst accident I've ever seen. There was a sound like a garbage truck dropped from the Empire State Building. And when they finally pulled the driver's body from the twisted, burning wreck, you know what it looked like? It looked like this. Now get out. Large Marge, you tell them Large Marge sent you. Woo. All right. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, just take a look here real quickly. If you're driving the big wheelers out on the roadway right now, you're going to be a little heavy there on 65, right at the Waterson, right past U of L, and right into Broadway. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Large Marge with WDRB Traffic.
Happening today, we are expecting to find out whether attorneys selected a final jury in the federal trial of former LMPD officer Brett Henerson.
44 prospective jurors showed up to federal court yesterday. They were given multiple questionnaires. Court documents show that the questions could range from knowledge about the case to sentiments about police to knowledge about Breonna Taylor and Henerson. Potential jurors were selected at random for more questioning to narrow the pool down to 16. Most of the proceedings have been happening behind closed doors. Henerson is charged with violating Taylor's civil rights and those of her boyfriend Kenneth Walker and 3 people in a neighboring apartment. Last year, Henerson was acquitted of state wanton endangerment charges in the same case. This trial is expected to last for 3 weeks.
In a different case, the target of the police raid that killed Breonna Taylor skipped out on another court appearance. A warrant is out for Jamarcus Glover's arrest. He is one of 7 people indicted in a drug trafficking ring involving teens. Only 3 of the 7 showed up to court yesterday. They're Christopher Skinner, Anthony Johnson, and Aray Marks. Glover and 3 others, Kiera Bradley, Caron Bradley, and Ronald J. Hall, did not show up. The investigation into the drug ring started in April when a 13-year-old girl overdosed and died in St. Matthews. Kiera Bradley is the girl's mother. All 7 suspects are accused of using teens to transport and sell heroin, fentanyl, and other drugs. Some Louisville neighborhoods are getting ready to pick new Metro Council members.
WDRB's Conroy Deluge talked to the candidates who are looking to represent the Highlands.
Nearly half of the Metro Council seats have turned over since January 1st, with Ben Reno Weber joining by appointment in March. The Democrat is on the ballot for the first time in November, wanting more time to tackle issues facing Louisville.
People are concerned about public safety, they're concerned about homelessness and affordable housing.
Reno Weber is facing off against Republican Phil Hamming, who grew up in the Highlands.
I just really care a lot about this neighborhood.
Hamming says he wants to bring a common sense approach to Metro Council. He says he is not supportive of the zero tolerance noise ordinance crackdown on bars and restaurants.
I think the loud cars and loud radios are a bigger problem. The $2,500 fine just seems like a very excessive fine, on these small bars.
Musicians and some bar owners have pushed back against that ordinance enforcement, and Reno Weber says he's working with the Restaurant Association and the neighborhoods to fine-tune the best solution.
What I really support here is let's have a dialogue about how we do this well.
Reno Weber supports expanding deflection services in the city, which uses more mental health professionals in certain emergency responses, freeing up more police. Hamming focused most of our conversation on infrastructure, such as a walking bridge connecting Bon Air Avenue on both sides of the Watterson, and he wants those bump outs gone.
I think have led to a lot of congestion. It's taken away the bike lanes and the places for emergency lanes to go.
Reno Weber countered, saying they have improved safety, and he wants to continue making Louisville a more movable place.
Can we create neighborhoods that are walkable, that are bikeable, that are safe? I want to be able to get to amenities in the place where I live, and that's what's going to make people stay here and come here.
Conroy DeLuche, WDRB News.
Many eyes will be on Kentucky's race for governor next week. Both Andy Beshear and Daniel Cameron are hitting the campaign trail hard for one last push before voters fill out their ballots. Beshear was in Louisville Sunday, and Cameron spoke to his supporters in Oldham County yesterday. While Beshear touted the state's economic development and workforce under his administration, Cameron criticized the governor's leadership.
Folks don't really talk about this race in terms of Republican versus Democrat or independent. I mean, this is a race about crazy versus normal. And I think it's crazy to have a governor right now who openly endorses Joe Biden.
And my opponent's trying to nationalize the race because he knows if it's me against him, he will not win. So he's trying to confuse people, to make them think that this is the race for president. It's not.
Early voting begins Thursday across Kentucky. Election Day is a week from today, Tuesday, November 7th.
The Louisville men dropped an exhibition game last night to Division II's Kentucky Wesleyan. The Cardinals made 1 of 13 from the field to start the game. They finished 34% from the field, 5 of 19 from 3. The Panthers out-rebounded the Cards 47-33. Wesleyan had 16 offensive rebounds. They outscored Louisville 18-2 in second chance points. The Panthers won 71-68. A local hotel is helping people who do not have a place to live.
The important service it provides for people hoping to move into a permanent home. Jude?
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, 808 Peewee Herman in the house. On this Halloween, ladies and gentlemen, we're tracking snow showers in from the northwest. We take you hour by hour trick-or-treating when snow and ice pellets would be most likely.
WDRB weather is sponsored by Windows Plus Bath Systems.
Come in and pull yourself up a chair like Cherry. It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're just tuning in, God rest her soul, Large Marge, the ghost, is alive today. We'll get to talk to Large Marge, I think, just in time for the traffic report. The sun is out, the temperatures are down, and this is not your average, ordinary Halloween feel that we're looking at right now. 28 New Albany, but Golden, Bardstown 28, E-Town 26 degrees. So at 8:12 in the morning, if it was more common, we'd have temps in the 40s right now. But mid-20s have burrowed all the way down to the Western Kentucky Parkway, Litch Vegas, 25 degrees right now, as we're underneath a canopy of clear sky. Let's get right to that snow potential. I know that steals headlines. You mentioned snow showers, flurries, flakes, ice pellets, whatever. A lot of times you think all about it, and I don't blame you. But here's the skinny on this. Most of the energy and supports around this low pressure, which will be in the Great Lakes, as the cold front comes in, it might be able to overcome some of this extremely dry Arctic air and produce a couple snow showers in our area. But the bigger impact that everyone's going to feel will be the wind, the really cold wind as this clipper arrives and stirs up that breeze this evening, and then those falling temperatures this evening, throwing some wind chill values. That's going to be the worst part about it, in my opinion. Now, the rest of the day, it's beautiful until we see some of those clouds arrive. Winds will increase later on this afternoon, high temperatures ranging between 44 and 47. Now at 6:45, that's when the sun goes down, and that's about the time we're going to begin to see some upper 30s on the temperature map. 5 to 7 o'clock, 20% chance that there could be some of those mixed showers. Now, the reason we have the chance for that winter mode with surface temperatures well above freezing is because you go 1, 2, 3,000 feet up in the sky where the precip is made, it is extremely cold, so it can overcome the relatively warm ground. Breezy and cold at 9 p.m. We're not expecting any significant snow accumulations or anything like that. Maybe more of just a memorable moment if you happen to see some of those snow showers whipped around. But there's also a warming trend. When it's early November, you know, sometimes you get some hits of cold, but it can only last so long. And we'll modify this because when we get to tomorrow afternoon, after that cold start, we'll be in the 40s. Again, Thursday morning, really cold, 29, but 56 in the afternoon. On Friday, 63. Talk about a beautiful day and a beautiful evening for high school football playoffs. Saturday, 67. Wonderful weather for the U of L game. Sunday, 10% chance with a high temperature of 69. And on Monday, a high temperature at 70 degrees. Mike, thank you for playing along today. Appreciate it.
All right. I'm going to drop you off at the wheel inn.
You need to knock it off. You're scaring us, man.
Am I scaring you?
Yeah, knock it off.
Come on now. You knock it off.
No, you knock it off.
No, you knock it off.
Cut it out.
You knock it off.
Quit it.
No,
knock it off.
Knock it off.
Stop.
Knock it off.
Why don't you make me?
I don't make them.
I don't make monkeys. I just train them.
Knock it off. All right. Let's take a look as we're getting out this morning. A couple of slow spots. Take a look at 64. A little of the